Happy 4th of July. We are going on a crop scouting tour. So you might be asking me, why are you climbing a grain bin? Well, we can see our first planted field from here, an overhead view. It is incredibly steamy out. It's like 9 a.m. I was delusional. It's like it's a foggy morning. I'll get out there while it's still cool out. No, it's not cool. It's a sauna. Maybe we can edit out my breathing. Okay, this is our first planted soybean field. It is thin in there. We had a lot of waterlaying. This is my uncle's cornfield. It looks good. The field does get better as you go this way towards the woods. And you can see right here, this is where we're dialing in our section control. So you can see we improved it. We got it dialed in. So there you go. Across the road here where that tree line is, that's where this little field is. And that's our first conventional field. It's looking good. There's a little bit of ragweed pressure in there. There used to be a little lane that goes back to the woods. So there's usually increased weed pressure right there. And also I picked up a big rock there after it was planted. So that's what that little dead spot in there is. Over here, is it there? Yeah, no, this woods over in there, that's a cornfield. That's ours. It's not gonna focus. Never mind. Okay, so here we are in this first field. You can see right there, we have some bare spots. Now I think that was actually slug damage in there. This is no-till where there's fodder laying. That's where you get slugs. I believe what that is. Could possibly, we've had issues with voles in here too. But the majority of the field looks good. That's where we're dialing in our section control. This field was sprayed for weeds, I believe. Was it last week? I'm not sure. All of my days are running together. But you can see in here, there is some insect pressure. I saw some Japanese beetles walking into this field. Also, if you notice my arms, I just have calamine lotion on it because I once again have itchy bumps. Oh, here we go. Hi, suckers. Yeah, I got some other stuff in here going on. Pulling back, we're starting to get some flowering going on. Let's see if I can, I'm not prepared for this anyway. Okay. I should have picked a prettier spot. But we're keeping it real around here. We're not looking for the perfect image, right? Right. Our first planted corn field. For the most part, we're not seeing much as far as disease on the leaves yet. Nice green color. For the most part, this field is not tasseling, but like right here, we have a early bloomer just ready to go. Overall, I'm really happy with the color. I'm really happy with the stand. Lower angle with the brace roots and stuff are looking like here. And up through the top. I should have brought my drone. Well, that doesn't look too impressive. This field was planted on May 2nd, so it's a little farther behind. There are definitely some drowned out areas. Also that first field I was in, I drove around the block and there's a low spot that almost always drowns out. It was tiled. There's corn there, but it's like 3 feet shorter. It's just like little stuff. Basically like, it's just kind of just not a weedy spot, but like, I don't think there's going to be that much yield there. Okay. I'm balancing you on a brace root. So here is one of our little earsies forming. I'm butchering this thing. Okay, here's our little dude forming. Look at him. He looks so silly. You look ridiculous right now. There's our little corn. That's our... Oh, that's our little corn right there. A very ugly looking spot. This is where we kept loading out for our 28. So this little area got ran over a whole bunch and lots of compaction right here. Okay, this is our first planted conventional field. We have a little bit of insect pressure, but nothing like our first two fields. Hello, lightning bug. Flies. Some other things. Hello. Oh my goodness. Get a room. Here is our second to last planted cornfield. I am pretty happy with it. I'm just here on the edge. But those are kind of close together. But overall, it's looking good. Pretty healthy looking. Just watched a bald eagle. Oh, it's still right there, if you can see it. It was eating a dead raccoon on the side of the road. That part wasn't very beautiful, but the eagle was. We have a lot of bald eagles around here. We're all really happy with this field. You can see these are flowering too. This is the no-till field right across the road. This one was planted one day before the other one. Looking pretty good. I'm not seeing insect pressure in this field like I was the first one. And you can see like there's a little bit, but not much. And the weeds are dying. I'm not convinced this one's dying, but now it's dead. Hello, deers. They've done a really good job of eating all of the stuff up by the woods along with the groundhog, and then just the natural lay of the land has done a good job at wiping out the beans down in this low spot. I don't know if you can tell or not, but we were getting like little teensy tiny micro sprinkles. This is the field that we planted. We got rained out. We planted 2 more passes. It wasn't fit. Came back a third time, got it done, and then came back and replanted the drowned out spots. I had issues over here. There are a few thin spots, but the later stuff is kind of catching up with the earlier stuff. Like if you're driving by on the road, it wouldn't be obvious that it was planted at 2 different times at this point. Have a little bit of grass pressure in here, but besides that, this field looks okay for what it's been through. I don't really know if you can see anything in this lighting. I'm completely blinded at this point. I can't really see, but hopefully, I don't know, hopefully you can see something. Okay, so if we disregard this little chunk right here, the rest of the field looks really good. Now this is the field that I was planting in not very great ideal conditions. I was planting it late at night. This is the field that I lost my mapping in. And so I am just thrilled that it's here. There's not any missing gaps. There was a missing gap over there. I had a chain fall off, came back, replanted that. But it just looks a whole lot better than what I thought it was going to look like here. So very thankful. Probably haven't learned my lesson to not plant in ideal conditions, because in this particular spot, we kind of got away with it. Okay, things are looking good from here on the end. Let's just go a little ways in. Okay, yeah, I'm happy with this. I'm seeing very little disease, looking really healthy looking leaves. Grace roots are looking, you can't see. Okay, here we go. Oh, here's a whole visual. What are you? This is definitely a late bloomer. But overall, plants are looking good. I can't do this hand film. That's where our little ear's gonna be. Just pulled this little guy out because honestly all he's going to do is suck nutrients from the other ones, and then we can dissect him. You're going home with me. Okay, this is our last planted field. It's also our smallest field. It's thin in here. It's not gorgeous by any means. There's lots of animals in this area, but these things will bush out. It'll be fine. It'll be all good. Here's a close-up on some of these plants. So obviously they are much farther behind than our first planted stuff, but they're here. They're resilient. Okay. Last field that we're going to look at is our second planted field. This is another no-till field, and look at these things go. They're crazy. Okay. Once again, seeing more insect pressure in these fields. One drowned out spot right there, that's small. And then we had slug pressure in here, just lots of fodder, a wet, rainy season, just ideal conditions for the slugs to be growing in. But I think we're fine here. Just need to get these bugs to move along.